Hello again. The thumbnail to this video shows a man called Salah Hussein Hamid, who is a prolific drug dealer and also a German citizen. He was sent to prison in this country for 2 years and 9 months, and the intention was to deport him at the end of his sentence. There are, by the way, currently 11,000 foreigners in our prisons. Hamid appealed against being deported, although it seemed an open and shut business. After all, he's German, or so his passport says. Why not send him back to his own country? Well, it appears that he cannot speak German, and so it would breach his human rights to send him to a country whose language he neither speaks nor understands. Those viewers who suspect at this point some kind of immigration racket are perfectly right to do so. I mentioned recently the supposed racist microaggression of asking a person of colour where they are really from. This is a classic case. If you ask this man or his parents where they are from, they would of course show you their passports and claim to be from Germany. But of course most Germans speak German, so what's going on here? The answer is that when Germany announced during the migration crisis in 2015, which saw columns of people from the Middle East trekking through the Balkans towards Europe, that they welcomed these immigrants and invited them to come to Germany, they were laying the foundation for a wave of immigration not to Germany, but to this country. Because as soon as many foreign immigrants to Germany obtained passports, they headed straight to Britain under the free movement regulations which existed at that time. Germany was never more than a convenient stopover before they came here. I doubt if any of Salah Hussein Hamid's family ever bothered to learn German, because of course they never intended to live in Germany. Their ultimate goal was this country. When we looked at all those immigration figures to Britain in recent years and saw the immigrants neatly divided up into EU and non-EU migrants, how many viewers actually fell for this deception? Did they really imagine that it was the non-EU immigrants who were from Africa and Asia, while those from the EU were ruddy-faced and hearty Danes, German academics and cheerful Frenchmen? Not a bit of it. The great majority were Africans, folk from the Middle East and the Indian subcontinent, people who had slipped into Germany and stayed just long enough to acquire a passport and then make a beeline for our shores. Just like the family of the supposed German drug dealer whom we cannot deport to Germany in case he finds it difficult to adjust to life in that country. In the description to this video, I give a link to a news item about this case. By the way, I've never really understood this mad objection to being asked where one is really from, let alone how it can be considered racist. I live in Brecon, and so if I visit Cardiff and somebody asks where I'm from, I can quite reasonably say that I am from Brecon. That at least is where my home is. It would, however, be perfectly reasonable for a Welshman then to ask me where I am really from, for I was obviously not born in Brecon. Why would I take offence at such a question? Let's face it, I may live in Wales, but I am really from London. A great many immigrants to Britain are in a similar position, and why they should get huffy about being asked where they are really from is something of a mystery.